Welcome. This is Andrew Schechter, host of Politically Incorrect Podcast on EA Truth Radio, brought to you by Eternal Affairs Media every Thursday night. We have a very special guest today who has been with us before. We'll stop and say a prayer for his great project and for the future of his promotion for Jesus. Bow our heads. And Heavenly Father, we pray in your glorious, gracious name, O Jesus. See that our great guest tonight stays healthy and safe, and his family is healthy and safe over the great holidays coming up in your honor, and also that his great product that promotes your glory and your beauty and your love has great success and moves people to pray and believe in you, Jesus. We pray in these things in your glorious name. Amen. So tonight we have back again with us for the great holiday coming up, Dave Mauro with Jesus Style, JesusStyle.com. That's JesusStyle.com. I'm going to say this just once for our audience, but we do have some discounts available on our website, EA Truth Radio, using the promo code Eternal. You can get a discount on the product, and we'll introduce our guest and let him tell his product and show it. He's got some new products too. I think he said 3 or 4 new products. So go ahead and run with it, Dave. What do you got?
Awesome. Hey, Andy, good to be with you. Always great to be back here. And what I think the audience may not be aware of is that, like, your intro is live every time. You don't have a soundtrack. This is live every time. So you're getting pure musical genius in addition to great interviews. So we're happy to be here and excited to kind of give you some updates since we were here last. I don't know, earlier in the year around Easter time. So a lot has changed and we're moving ahead. So, I think the first thing is that, the business is growing. We're scaling it. When we started this product, we have the Talking Jesus Style. It's a beautiful plus Jesus that speaks 10 phrases that Jesus said in the Bible. So everything from the Lord's Prayer to John 3:16. And, we started off Easter 22, as an experiment. We've picked up momentum. The product's gained traction. We built a pretty critical mass. I don't say critical mass. We built a pretty decent sized customer base, and we continue to expand it, especially in this Christmas season. So that's been awesome. I mean, God's been at work through us and in making this thing, something that works. We've sold tens of thousands of these on 4 continents now, and just really excited that there's a lot of room to grow. To grow it, one of the things that we may have talked about this last time, but we've just introduced the Spanish Jesus Style. So now we have the Talking Jesus Style that speaks Spanish, which is great because there's 100 million Spanish speaking Christians just south of us, in South America. So, non-Christians alike, and there's a lot in America. If you listen to your show, that as well. So that, our mission is to make disciples of all kids on all nations. Our mission is the Great Commission, and so that's part of our strategy. There is to try to reach everybody. And reaching kids early has a huge impact, even more so than when kids are older, and you want to try to wait to teach them about Jesus. A lot more impact and a lot more staying power with formative lessons, formative memories, formative experiences. So that's the game we're in.
And yeah, you mentioned the Spanish. You had mentioned you were working on that, but the last time we spoke, you had not had that out yet. So that's cool. Now, you said you had like 3 or 4 different products. Can you describe what else you've got coming out, or what else is out there?
Yeah. So Spanish Jesus is out. That's actually for sale at our website, JesusStyle.com. We've sold a pretty decent amount. We haven't really been trying, but what's interesting is we didn't expect this. Not really sure why, but people are, instead of buying like all Spanish dolls, as you might expect, we're getting a mix. So we're getting like 2 English, 1 Spanish, or 3 English, 2 Spanish. It's interesting. I'm not really sure why, but it's interesting. So what we're rolling out, we'll have these soon. I don't know if people will see the video or not, but we have now rolling out 2 new products, Bible Girl and Bible Boy is what they're called. And what these are, they're 12-inch. There's beautiful plush dolls. It's a girl and a boy who who have their eyes. They look like they're closed, or they could be looking down. They've got a great big smile on their face. They're wearing, it kind of looks like church clothes. Nice gear, nice button-up shirt for the boy, nice dress for the girl. And what's neat about them is when you squeeze them, They say there's they say 30, I think it's 36 Bible verses each, and most of them are standard, but there's some that are catered to girls, and there's some that are catered to boys, and so the girl has it's her 36 phrases, Bible verses, and the boy has his. And what's really cool about these is if you look at the doll, she's holding the Bible. There's magnets in her hands, but when you take the Bible out, you put her hands together, she's praying. So you've got a transformer, you've got a doll that has multiple capabilities here, with holding the Bible and holding her hands together to pray. And most importantly, speaking, I think 36 Bible verses each. So a lot of the classics that aren't things that the Talking Jesus doll says, but other verses that are important, that are the essentials, right? That you want your kids to know as they grow up. And we see this as a really good next step, kind of like maybe that next gift after the Talking Jesus doll. Is kind of an evolution. It's for a little bit older kids, so it kind of makes sense that it's got a little bit more complex verses. It's got we say the Bible verse, like which Bible verse it was at the end, and and it's a girl doll. So as girls get older, this is the kind of thing they like to play with. So it's a good, it's consistent with what kids are interested in playing, and so we're really excited about those. So with those in our shoebox Jesus doll, I think that's 5 products, and the books are next, Andy. Those are coming, man. Like we talked about that, but those are still on the roadmap.
Now that really sounds great. Again, JesusStyle.com. And you can actually view those if we don't run. We may run the video. I don't know yet, but it's video audio we're recording. But otherwise, you can go to JesusStyle.com, see all these great products. And for those, if we get out quick enough, what's the delivery time? We're getting close to Christmas. I don't know what your delivery time is on them in general. And they've got the holidays coming, Easter's coming up. Just a ballpark.
When is this going to air? When does this air?
That's a good question. I'm hoping we get it out right away because of the holiday coming up. I think we'll have at least a week's, like maybe by the end of the week, I would hope.
Okay. So yeah, I mean it's Friday today, so Monday's guarantee. We're shipping everything priority. We're shipping these things out next day or same day, and we'll keep shipping them out until as long as orders keep coming in. But I think Monday is the big day. Monday is kind of the last day, really Monday by 2 Central. Things will get there, but we're cutting it close, Andy. You got to do your shopping earlier, man. You got to,
I wish
you got to get those Black Friday sales.
I wish we had gotten soon. That's what we have to try for next year for Christmas, definitely.
Yeah.
But either way, we got it's coming up the end of the year, and Easter's going to be coming up, so that's a good place to start too. So we'll be promoting it. It goes on our various platforms. It's all over the world. So I think it's good. It's a good time just in general because it's Christmas and then Easter's not that far off down the road. What kind of
Easter, by the way, is March 31st this year, just to
March 31st.
Update your calendars. Yeah. Yep. It's coming soon. It'll be here soon.
Exactly. So what else? You said books too. What kind, if you're going to get into that at some point, what kind of books would you be considering?
Probably, it's certainly age appropriate and obviously complementary things. We've been buying a bunch of books and just kind of looking what's out there.
Right.
We may sell other people's books, and I'd really like to do our own because I don't think anybody's done Jesus. Who is Jesus for kids? At that kid level, because it's very complex, right? It's a very complex, and this. You've written books. It's a very complex concept for young kids. And it's like one of those things where, people, even in my own mind, you wrestle like, is this something, what are kids at maybe 4 to preschool age? What are they capable of absorbing and understanding and dealing with versus even younger kids or even and older kids? So it's kind of a tough thing, but we like to tell the story from the very beginning, like from day one. to early beginning of time to to even today. But like there's a whole story. You could, a lot of the Easter books. Here's one right here we're looking at. Yeah, there's this little golden book. It's an Easter book, and it's cute. Whatever. It tells the story of on. Let's see. It starts on the day of maybe him riding in on the donkey into town, and it's like, okay, that's okay, but it doesn't really tell the entirety of the story, and it's hard. That's what we want to do. We want to tell the entirety of the story, because Easter is something that happened, even Christmas too, right? There are things that are foretold long ago, and they're here for a very important reason. It's not just
Right.
a baby was born in a manger, right? It's a lot deeper than that. So we want to try to tackle the depth of it with the but also make it very kid friendly, and but really cover it all so kids are prepared early, because we say teach your kids always and always.
So, and I think I don't know if we talked about this the last time, but my suggestion would be to get some of the books that will teach the uh, qualities of Jesus, and the fact that things like Christmas aren't about buying toys and things, and maybe have the story of the kid that doesn't get the toys, maybe gets them, doesn't get what they want, and then finds. Because we actually see a lot of this, and it's pretty cool up in the Northeast PA here. There's been a lot of kids, young kids, and a lot of autistic kids, which is really cool, who have are on the spectrum, have come out and said, they want the money for Christmas. And why do you want money? Because I want to buy other kids toys that can't afford them, that can't get them. And that concept of giving rather than getting, or getting and then giving, I think is really pretty cool. And that might be a way to, a theme for your books too. Just a thought. But I think it's a pretty cool idea to get kids to start realizing, that's the problem in today's world. Everybody's so, me, 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 me. It's like, and don't, you don't, me is not necessarily the best thing to think about when maybe you've got food on the table and maybe you get presents under the Christmas tree, and the poor kid next door is sitting there, doesn't even get an apple for Christmas. So I think it's a really great concept.
Yeah, I completely agree. And actually, we just got back, kind of on a similar note. We just got back from we just donated $560 to the local, call it the Last Minute Toy Store here in Nashville, but it's a pretty big operation. It's for needy kids. And so what's neat is, there's gonna be 500 more kids that have Jesus dolls this year, and they can, they'll have something, and who knows, maybe we light that fuse, we start that concept, we create that concept of Jesus in kids early, so that they that they can build upon that as a foundational piece. So yeah, I completely agree. There's a lot we can do with the books. There's a lot we can do beyond books. I mean, there's games. There's a lot of things, but
Yeah, and then you could
we're trying to
incorporate
get
them.
there. We're working hard.
You could incorporate them with the dolls you have, and have the doll being part of the book, and I think that's really a pretty cool idea. You have a doll with a book, and the two could go together, or the game, like you said, your games. There's a lot of possibilities for it. I wish you the best. God bless you for that outreach as well, because what you find is that the rich kids are going to be rich kids. Let's face it. They're brought up wrong. They're brought up in a atheistic or non-Christian or quasi-Christian society. And the poor kids, they're the ones, their parents are the ones that are the most religious, because they need to be. They need to have that hope, and they need to impart that hope on their children. And I think that's what you've done. Is just an absolutely wonderful thing. It really is, because they're the kids that are going to be most affected by your dolls, your toys, your books, and everything else you come out with. I hope you keep it up. It's really great.
Yeah, we're going to keep doing it. We were talking a little bit before this interview about what's new, what's been new and exciting, and we've amped up our Facebook advertising in a big way this season, and it's done really well. But one of the things that's been I'm not on Facebook. Like, I don't have a Facebook account that I use. Everything's for business. But what's amazing is, like, our ads. We'd run ads on Facebook for this doll, and the amount of hate and vitriol and just derision that we've captured from I would say a lot of atheists, and a lot of just those types, but also a lot of Christians too, has been interesting. We've gotten a lot of flack about idolatry this, and Jesus wasn't that color that, and Christmas wasn't this day, this, and it's like, it's been an interesting, eye-opening thing. And again, I'm not, it's a lesson. I bring it up because it's something that's a learning lesson for me that, it's, I mean, Jesus said, judge not lest you be judged, and that sort of thing. Like, it's just like all these life lessons, all these things we're seeing in this business. Um, like there's an answer right here in Jesus, and his words, and trying to follow, trying to listen, understand, and follow those. And, being the judgmental, Christian hating on a doll, and making a big deal of it on Facebook is, that's not a good look, right? The atheists, we get though, they're going to do that kind of stuff. That's just, and it's not good either, but it's just a weird side of humanity that, I'm not normally exposed to. So, yeah, I don't know. It's maybe a lesson for people to be more humane, and maybe a little bit more gracious, and more, I guess, and more encouraging for people who are doing things like this. We love what you're doing. You're promoting us. You're building us up right here, and we get a lot of great comments on Facebook. Hey, you guys are doing great. We love what you're doing, and those things are really important. They really build us up. And when people buy the doll, that's great. That supports us. That allows us to keep investing and growing the business. And that's what we're doing. We're not taking any money out of it. We're sinking more into it. But it's, little comments of encouragement and just gratitude, I think is the lesson for me. So that's something I want to start doing for others, is start just little bits of praise, like when possible, because, like this thing doesn't exist if people don't do it. And so we got to prop them up and build them up, just like you guys are doing, you and Kurt, and we appreciate that. But it's an interesting lesson. Just a little rambling musings, that I've seen here recently, that maybe some wisdom to impart to others. I don't know.
No, it definitely is, and I don't do this for profit. I don't get a dime for doing this show, but I get such great satisfaction out of it. I think I don't know if I told you, I've told a lot of my guests, but it's kind of interesting because when my sister passed away earlier this year, went down to the town 200 miles away where she was buried, and my sister's son was introducing me to the I forget what he was with the Catholic Church. He was doing the service though, and he said, "I don't need any introduction. He doesn't need any. Your uncle doesn't need any introduction." He says, I listen to his podcasts every week. I know who he is." I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know which number he is on there because his name didn't come up, but he's one of them. And that's just so cool. And when you get out, because people will hear these things like you're like Jesus and us talking about that, and we're on a lot of platforms, but they'll share those platforms and they'll share them with others. And the more it gets shared, the more you make, and the more the word of Jesus gets out. I think it's just absolutely phenomenal what you're doing. We have a lot of other great guests that do different things, and you're unique, definitely. You're a unique character, and I just love it. I really do. And of course, you're always welcome back. Let us know once again where they can get this and what might be coming up in the future, and then we'll plan another right before Easter. Give us at least a month before Easter so we can get on the air with you if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. So I'll second and I'll layer on to what you just said. Yeah, like I said, I said bits of praise and that sort of thing. But even if, like, let's say you see what somebody's doing, whether maybe it's a product, or maybe it's a service, or maybe it's something somebody's doing, like a toy drive, or whatever the thing is. Hey, even if it's, even if you don't participate, like the world of social media and the way things work now, you can share and bring attention to things, and that's valuable. Like, people don't understand that when you share, let's say you go and you share JesusDoll.com on your socials, like that's the equivalent of me having to fork over, I don't know, maybe $100 to Facebook, which, we don't like giving Facebook money, but we have to. But that's the equivalent of doing that. So it's like an in-kind contribution to our mission. So it's not something that, it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't. All it does is help. So again, even if you don't spend any money, sharing with your friends and your family, and it has a big impact, right? So I'd encourage people to think about that. And again, with our product, we love for you to do that, JesusDoll.com, but also, other people and what they're doing, and just promote them and just bring awareness, just like you guys are doing, Andy. Like, this is great. If we all do that, then it just lifts the tide, and it lifts the boat, and it makes what people are doing it accelerates it, it strengthens it, and again, even if you don't ever buy the product, like that's a big deal. So we're appreciative to everybody who shares us on socials and even tells their neighbor about us, and even shows the doll to friends. Like that's got such a big impact that people don't understand that, but something to keep in mind because we're all tied in this thing together. We're all on the same mission. We all have the same goals and objectives, um, and hey, social media is maybe it's the devil, but also, hey, why not use that to our advantage? And if we all kind of work together to do that, then it can have great multiplier effects. So anyway, just a thought. What's next for us? And Andy, we talked about the book. I think that's important for us. I think we're going to try to do that. And then it's we just have to reach more people, right? We want to reach more people in country, out of country, and we've got to figure out a way to we've got to figure out a way to get these dolls everywhere. One of the things that we were excited about this year is we actually lowered the cost of it. We raised our volumes enough where we were able to lower the cost, and I think that allows us to reach more people, right? So we want to continue to figure out how we can continue to grow, because that allows us to make the doll more affordable and more attainable for more people. So the more ways we can do that, the better. That's where we're at. We're just trying to grow and scale. If anybody has any ideas, reach out to me. If you know anybody who owns Hobby Lobby or is a buyer there, hey, reach out to me or other stores. I mean, that's where we love to get. Now, of course, we know that the big box stores will never have the talking Jesus doll in their aisles, right? Like we know that will never happen,
Yeah.
but we can try. We'll keep trying. But
I don't think Shark Tank would entertain it either. But
they haven't yet.
It's a shame since it's a great product. It's just, they don't take things that are political or religious or anything like that. It's a shame. It really is, because there's a lot of great products out there. So I'm ready for Easter. Since Christmas is pretty much over.
Christmas is here, man. You're not ready for Christmas?
Well, we're missing it. We got it in here too late. Anyway,
no, that's okay. That's all right. Well, this is great. Hey, we appreciate it. Just the awareness, the sharing, and being kind to others. And hey, let's continue to do that. And we're going to keep doing our thing. And you guys keep doing yours. We appreciate you and Curtis and the whole platform. And you guys are great. So we're always thrilled and blessed to be here.
All right. Well, then until next time, God bless. We're going to say good evening, Dave, and Merry Christmas and a pleasant, happy, and prosperous New Year with Jesus style. We'll see you on the next go around. God bless.
Merry Christmas to you.